Oh, all right, it's time for another Q&A. It's at 3,000 subscribers. I'm so set to go and... Oh, I'm sorry. Who are you? What were you doing here? Okay.
You're a unit of energy, Griffin.
I'm a what? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the 3K subscriber Q&A special, and it's special because we're doing something a little different this time. So I brought my wizarding mentor, Jacob, along, and so he is going to help me get into the wizarding world. But along the way, I'll go ahead and I'll answer some of your guys' questions. So the way how we're... Oh, hold on. Jacob, why am I wearing this jacket?
I don't know. Why are you wearing that jacket?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's kind of hot in here, I guess. But, oh, I guess I might as well show you guys. I support Starcom Racing. That's one of the new NASCAR teams. And so I got their merch from behind.
Nice.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
so,
bro.
This is not like, I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, but if you guys want to support a small team like Starcom Racing, I'll explain to you more later. But Starcom Racing, new up-and-coming team, if you guys want to support them, I'll put a link to their store website in the comment section, or not in the comment section, wow, the description below. So, before we get into the wizarding world of Harry Potter, what we're going to do is, I'm going to answer the big elephant in the room, the big question, the big... That's how it goes, right? Big elephant?
The elephant in the room, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the big elephant in that question is, what is my thoughts and reactions to Lowe's leaving Jimmy Johnson after 2018? So before we begin, how much do you know about NASCAR?
I know they turn left.
Perfect. Okay. So anyway, so I'll just go ahead and answer that question. And I'm just going to go ahead and put in my earbuds here, just so that everything sounds spiffy. Okay. So the deal with Jimmy Johnson and just what my reaction to it is. So as a little bit of a background, Jimmy Johnson and Lowe's were together since 2002. So that's like, what, 18 years? 18, 17?
16 years.
16? Okay.
Yep.
So they've been together 16 years, and after the end of this year, Lowe's is splitting apart from Jimmy Johnson. And so I've gotten several questions asking what are my thoughts on it, what's my reaction to it, what's going to happen to NASCAR, is NASCAR dying, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think NASCAR is dying. I don't think so.
No.
They'll continue to turn left, as what Jacob says, for many more years to come. So a couple of questions that came up in particular to that. Like, first of all, is Jimmy Johnson going to retire after this year? I'm going to say no. I think Jimmy Johnson's doing pretty good so far, so I'm not too worried about Jimmy Johnson retiring. And then another question is, who will sponsor Jimmy Johnson? I particularly don't know. I don't know. I feel like Jimmy Johnson's going to fall under the same rope where there's like 4 or 5 different sponsors that are going to come on in. And you have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
I know sponsorships, but I don't really know
anything
about the world of sponsoring.
Okay. No, that's totally cool. So, all right. So, and then I guess my reaction, like, is it good? Is it bad? And of course it's bad because it's a long time, partnership, but I don't know. It's just one of those things where the times have turned. Like, sponsors, they come and go all the time. So it'll be interesting to see who will sponsor Jimmy Johnson, or if there will even be a sponsor. I would believe so. I would hope so, because even though I'm not particularly a big fan of Jimmy Johnson, it'll be interesting to see who or exactly what happens to him. So, all right. So now with that out of the way, let's go ahead. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have a little box in the kind of top left corner here, and then we're on the homepage right now. So I've already gone ahead and...
The homepage of what, Griffin?
The homepage of Pottermore.
Ah!
Yes, thank you, my wizarding mentor, Jacob.
Yes, sir.
So
Griffin, what are you doing today on Pottermore?
So I really don't know, since you are my mentor, but... So this is like literally the first time I have been in Pottermore. So this is literally like I literally just made the account.
So you know nothing about Pottermore. Well, to give a little bit of description to those of you who are watching who may not know anything about Pottermore, Pottermore is a website created just for Harry Potter fans. It literally has all of these details that might have been overlooked while you're reading the books, or details that aren't necessarily in the movies. J.K. Rowling contributes to the website herself, and there are also lots of cool, neat little tabs that you can click on, and there are also lots of cool little quizzes that you can take to possibly find out what house you might be in, what North American house you might be in the school of Ilvermorny, and also what kind of wand you would have and what Patronus you would have.
All right, interesting. So for today, let's just go ahead and let's figure out these main 4. So to start this off, what we'll do is I'm going to go and figure out what Ilvermorny house I'm in. Is that how you pronounce it?
Ilvermorny.
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 Okay. What is that, like British, French?
No, Ilvermorny is actually the North American house. So in the continent of North America, they are the wizarding school for that continent. Hogwarts is the wizarding school for Europe, essentially. And then there are other wizarding schools located around the world. And it actually, I believe on Pottermore has a map of all the different wizarding schools that you can look at.
All right.
But Ilvermorny is the North American house. And it is mentioned in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yes, it was. Yep.
Yep. So it's a pretty cool process.
All right. You guys want to see some more information? There's literally a section here that says read about Ilvermorny. But we're not going to go into that. We're going to be sorted and discover my house. All right. So let's begin the experience. All right. So would I rather hunt, heal? Oh, that's the only one too. Okay. Yep. All right. So hunt or heal what?
Would you rather hunt or heal? Would you rather be a killer, or would you rather bring people back?
All right, that's a fair. Okay, see, that's why I need you.
Yep,
that's why I need you.
And just a forewarning to anyone who's thinking of going on Pottermore and taking these quizzes, a lot of the questions are a little bit vague. They're not exactly the most specific questions, but you're just supposed to answer them with the first answer that you think is right for you. So you're just supposed to answer honestly.
Gotcha. Okay, I would say heal. I'm a huge healer. All right. Think of the question you would most like answered by a person or an all-knowing being or device. Which of the following most likely resembles the answer you'd like to hear? Oh, there's a lot of choices.
What question would you most like answered?
All right. So without a shadow of a doubt, there's a lot of choices. Wow.
Yep.
Never. Okay. Very soon. Oh, I think I get it.
Yeah, so you have to have a question in mind.
Right. Like, and I guess it starts off where it's like, it is impossible, blah, 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 blah.
Like, it's an all-encompassing question.
Yes.
Like, what is the meaning of life? Could be an example of a question that you have in mind. And you pick one of these answers that best goes with the question that you have in mind.
Sure. Wow. You have so many choices.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. If you only want to, forever.
Like I said, a kind of mystifying question.
No kidding. Let's see. I guess just maybe for clarification's sake. So it's like, not for many years. So it's like, is the question not for many years? Or is like...
No. So you have to have a question in your mind.
Okay.
And you want the answer to your question. You're looking for the answer to your question that's closest to the actual answer you want for that question.
See, that's kind of tough because it's like I could think of a different question for each of those answers.
Exactly. So whatever question first popped into your head that you would want to ask like a deity or an all-knowing form or like superior being of the universe.
Oh, so it's like backwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's so nutty. Okay, let's see here.
These quizzes really make you think.
Oh, yeah. That's why you're here, my wizarding mentor. Okay. And then does it matter at all if I tell you the question?
Not necessarily. It's more for you.
All right. Okay, well...
But you can.
Yeah, and might as well just for the people.
So what's your question?
Will I be married?
Okay. And your answer is only once.
Yes.
I like that.
All right. So, wow, that took a lot longer than I thought. By the way, I love these images. I love how it like moves and everything.
So if you guys go to the Pottermore site and you end up taking these quizzes, you'll see how beautiful the artwork is for these quizzes. Not only just the quizzes, though, the entire website in general, and just about any tab you click on, and all of the illustrators' artwork and all of the fan art that's submitted to the website as well. Really top notch.
Yeah, and then actually, there's a quick disclaimer too. Not sponsored by Pottermore. Like, this is completely, I'm not getting any money out of this. This is someone I want to do just for fun. And Jacob is he's completely passionate about it. So
I'm obsessed with Harry Potter.
Yeah. So now we have that out of the way. Okay. So where would you least like to find yourself? Imprisoned alone in a silent dungeon, locked in a crowded cage, standing room only, in the dock in court, accused of a crime you did not commit, on the deck of a ship as the tidal wave comes over the horizon, trapped in the attic as the house burns below you, on the rope bridge fraying over the canyon, lost in the forest at night, eyes staring at you through the dark. So I got my answer to this already.
These answers are quite morbid.
I'm going to say this one, locked in a crowded cage, standing room only.
Yep, that's probably what I would answer as well.
Yeah, just because like I hate people.
Yep.
I'm just straight up saying that. Like, I love you guys. Like, you guys are great supporters. I mean, 3K, love you guys. That's awesome. But like, I'm an introvert. And more specifically, if you guys care about the Myers-Briggs, I am an INFJ. So
I'm actually an ENFJ, so we're not too far off.
That's so cool,
isn't it?
So we should have a more deeper conversation about that down the road.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so
back to Pottermore.
Right. So yeah, so that's my answer, and I like my alone time. So I wish I knew how to forget, win, escape, and get through. So I appreciate these because it's like it helps me learn about myself. Mm-hmm. So
and that's also kind of what the quizzes are geared towards. They're more about finding who you are internally.
Sure.
And then figuring out how that connects with one of the houses or wand or
Patronus. Yeah, for sure. I can't necessarily say escape because I kind of know how to escape. Just escape from reality, escape from the world, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I would say I wish I knew how to forget because there are definitely some things in the past where it's like it keeps coming up and it's like, why did that happen? That happened like 4 or 5 years ago.
And you wish you knew how to forget about it.
No. All right. So whose judgment do you most fear? So judgment do I fear most? Nobody's, my own, my friends, my family's, the world's, and history. Oh,
ooh, that's kind of an in-depth one.
Right. So I guess I could quickly go through each of these. So nobody's, I mean, actually, I do have a fear of judgment from somebody, so not nobody. My own, I
mean, you are your own worst critic.
To an extent,
some people.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, one thing I'm good at is sometimes I could be, like, stupid in a sense where I just go with my own gut feeling. Mm-hmm. So not necessarily my own. My friends, see, once I establish someone as a friend, like, I can understand, like, their critiques and criticisms for whatever. And so my family it's a little more in-depth, but I kind of see, like, their background, so not them.
Yeah.
And then, so the one I'm going to go with is the worlds, because it's, like, there's people, like, that don't know all of me, and they just, like, see my work, and it's like, oh, that's trash, it's rubbish. But it's like, you don't know who I am.
Right. And I mean, that must especially be hard, like, for someone like you who has, you know, this channel and you have 3,000 subscribers. Like, they don't necessarily know you. Right. I'm sure you guys know Griffin pretty well, but they don't necessarily know you personally.
Right.
So, like, for them to just pass judgment on you just offhand, that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But you're really putting yourself out there, too.
Right. And here's the thing. Like, what's really cool about, like, my peeps, my people, Griffdawg Nation, whatever you want to call it, they're actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, they actually are, like, understanding, and they are pretty respectful. But then it's like you go to the bigger channels that have, like, millions of subscribers, and you go into the comments, trash, cancer, everywhere, just awful stuff. So
I commend celebrities for dealing with haters like they do, because I don't know if I would be able to either.
Right. So I'm going to go with the worlds just because it's like there's so many people out there, and it's like, what can you do? So
it's a lot of judgment.
All right. So I often think, I mean, just leave that. Like, I just often think
I often think just
Yeah. But okay, so the choices are, why did I do that? So why did I do that? Like, why am I doing this with you, doing this Pottermore
Why
thing?
did we do that?
Yeah, right. I have to think, why can't I do that?
Ah,
And see, okay, you can take that from a physical standpoint, but I can take it more as a mental standpoint because
absolutely.
it's like asking the girl out. Because like there's sometimes where it's like, Dan's so stiff, and it's like,
Yep.
just do it, just go and talk to that girl. But it's like a mental block.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it's there. I have to think, I wish I had done it. That literally not contradicts. It's kind of like the same thing as that.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I feel like why can't I do that is more of like a it's more of like a blockade, whereas I wish I had done that is more of
Regret.
like a yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Regret. Full on regret.
Right. Okay, got it. And then I have to think, I wonder whether I should do that.
Uh-huh.
I would probably say this. I wish I had done that.
Yep.
So I most value freedom, individuality. I probably will select that, but let me see the other two. Service, and then ambition. I'm going to go with the individual just because, like, just who I am. Like, one thing I hate is group thinking and being, like,
Absolutely.
group projects.
Break out of the box.
Exactly.
Think for yourself.
Be your own person, right?
Exactly.
So, individuality. All right. No curse can work without the victim's secret consent. Oh, that's an interesting one. True or false? How do you interpret this?
Well, the way that I interpret this sentence is the fact that when you're in a duel,
Yep.
the person who is being cursed at can always block. There are always spells to be able to block a curse.
Okay.
So if a person is cursed in a duel, that means 1, they either didn't use their blocking spell in time, or 2, they're just letting the person curse them. Now, they might be letting the person curse them for one of 2 reasons. 1, they just don't want to duel anymore. 2, they're getting that curse cast at them, but then that's also giving them time to rebound and cast a curse right back. So, in the dueling world, this is kind of the question you have to come across.
Sure. All right. Well, my initial answer, I'd probably say it would be true, just because, like, even though it doesn't say out loud, oh, you can go ahead and kill me, oh, mighty smiter.
Right. No one's ever going to say that out loud.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and say true to that. All right. So I am a Thunderbird. So what does this mean? Oh, wizard.
Well, shall we find out about the House of Thunderbird?
Sure. More about my house. Sounds BA.
The Thunderbird is actually quite BA. You've seen Fantastic Beasts, right?
Yes, I have.
You remember the Thunderbird that Newt had?
Oh, that huge.
Yep, that's
bird.
a Thunderbird.
Oh,
so
sure.
they're very majestic, regal creatures.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. So here, I'm not going to go through this too fast, but
what does the Thunderbird house represent?
So let's see. Traits represents the soul, favors adventurers.
Exactly.
Good deal.
So you're a very adventurous person.
Cool.
So this may translate over into what Hogwarts house you get put into.
Okay.
Mine kind of transferred for myself. I am a Slytherin, and I was put in the Horned Serpent house. And I originally thought that the Horned Serpent was the North American equivalent of the Slytherin house, but I came to find out that the Horned Serpent house is actually more the equivalent of Ravenclaw.
Interesting.
Very interesting. So if you guys decide to go to Pottermore and take these quizzes and be sorted into houses, make sure you read up on what the differences are between the houses and how you kind of lean more towards in the houses that you get sorted into.
And reading is important.
Reading is fundamental, kids.
It's fundamental.
Exactly.
Boom. All right, sweet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead here and take a couple of minutes, and I'm going to answer a couple of your guys' questions. So we'll do that right now. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm just going to answer 4 of them, and I'm going to be pretty quick about it. So let's see here. Okay, so Jetman999 asks, what is your favorite meme of all time? before I answer mine, do you have one? What is your favorite meme of all time?
Meme of all time. I don't necessarily have a favorite, but one that I've been seeing a lot lately that I actually kind of love are the Patrick Star memes from
the
SpongeBob.
Savage Patrick?
Yeah, I love Savage Patrick because Patrick was always kind of like a fluffy, happy-go-lucky personality, and seeing him be savage is awesome.
So my meme of choice actually goes off of that. It's not the Savage Patrick, but the SpongeBob, the caveman SpongeBob one.
Yes.
The one where he turns his head, it's just whoop or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, that's my favorite one, where he just like it's I don't know. It's something about his face is so just out there. It's so unique, and I've said it before. Old SpongeBob is good SpongeBob. It's best SpongeBob. So
the new SpongeBob, but the old SpongeBob is gold.
Are they canceling SpongeBob?
They are.
Yeah, okay.
SpongeBob is still on Broadway, though, which is kind of interesting.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a Broadway show now.
No kidding.
Full on.
Go get your tickets to that. Okay. All right, so question number 2 is from Rasheem Stewart. Shout out to Rasheem Stewart. He's been a big supporter to my channel. So Rasheem, he asked, what are your goals for your YouTube channel this year? And what are your personal goals for this year? So before I answer, I guess, what are some goals that you have for this year? Maybe get to know a little bit more about you, Jacob.
Well, actually, Griffin, you're helping me complete one of my goals for this year right now by being on a podcast or a channel. I've never been on anything like this before. Another one of my goals is to really start getting myself out there in terms of not only being, I guess, recorded, but also with my writing. I'm writing more. I'm trying to be a little bit more creative and also just move up in the world a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I guess those are a couple of my goals.
Okay, awesome. So for me, so for the YouTube, so I guess to give you guys like a lay of the land. So I haven't really done a lot on YouTube since August because I've been grinding, I've been working a lot, and I think there was another question more in depth talking about my grind, but long story short, my goal is to be full-time on YouTube, doing this all out, and not specifically YouTube, but just productions in general. And one of my things I want to try is Twitch, doing some live stream there, even like doing like a podcast, but like doing it live on Twitch. Very cool. Kind of like what H3 Productions does. They have like a podcast thing, but like it's visual, but the focus is more on the audio as well. So that's my YouTube goal. And then personal goal is to be more comfortable around people, as weird as it sounds. Now, one of the things I've been learning a lot about in the past few months is kind of who I am. And going back to the INFJ, just Myers-Briggs, I've been listening, because of audiobooks, I've been listening to a couple of INFJ introvert books, just kind of like understanding not just who I am, but why I do the things I do and why kind of I react to the things I react, and just kind of understanding me for who I am. And then what I can do is I can work to my strengths while understanding my weaknesses. And one of my weaknesses is interacting with people. And so on social media, I'm not as active just because like there are just some things where I just don't need to sputter out, you know?
Yep.
So I'm going to work on that and hopefully be a better person around other people. So 2 more questions here. Next question is from Noah Sweet, and this is just more for me because it has to do with NASCAR. You do have a lot of text, but the big question that's on there is, what are my thoughts so far on Kevin Harvick 2018? Currently has 3 wins this season of the first 4. Very dominant so far, but I believe and predict and theorize or whatever that this is kind of like, it's good at the beginning of the season, like he's definitely doing good, but it's not going to carry on throughout the middle and end of the season. He's going to fizzle out. He's not going to win as much. I would probably say maybe win once or twice as the season progresses, but Kevin Harvick's not going to win much after that. Like, I think this is his last pinnacle before he struggles the rest of the season. No, he might be good at Auto Club. Oh, yeah. So I just remembered. So I'm recording this on Saturday, but I'm not going to probably have this released until the race is done. So if Harvick won, great, but I don't think he's going to win on Sunday. And then the last question before we jump into the Patronus, Patronus, Xerex, that's his username, Xerex. He asked, yeah. So in one of my series called "What If Dale Earnhardt Was Still Alive" series, out of all the races I did,
I remember you talking about that one.
Which, in my opinion, was the best race that I did? I'd probably say the 2013 Daytona 500 because I really like the design of the cars in that race, and I just love the mix of the wrecks and then the close racing. And that was the first race that had a margin of victory of 0.000. So, and I love like going in depth and like trying to figure out who the real winner of that race was. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and let's move on to the next portion. So now let's go ahead and let's discover my Patronus. So while I get into this, can you explain to the folks what a Patronus is?
So a Patronus, for those of you that don't know, in the world of Harry Potter, is a specific kind of being. It's a corporeal being. It's kind of like a ghost.
I need headphones.
Oh. And a Patronus comes out of your wand when you cast the specific spell Expecto Patronum. Most wizards only use this spell to defend themselves from Dementors, but Patronuses can, what people don't really know is that Patronuses can also be used to communicate between wizards. They can send their Patronus to other people. They can send it miles away from them to warn other wizards, as we kind of saw in the Deathly Hallows Part 1 during Fleur and Bill's wedding. A Patronus was sent from the Ministry of Magic to warn everyone that the Death Eaters were on their way to the wedding to break up and try and kill Harry. So, Patronuses are not just for defense, they're also for communication. Before we get started, Griffin, what do you think your Patronus might be?
I'm just blown away by all of this.
All the graphics. Aren't they amazing, though? We keep talking about how the graphics are so cool, and it's almost like they're magic.
Oh, my gosh. All right. So apparently these questions are timed, so I got to go with my instincts. So, shoot. All right. Let's do this. All right. Oh, boy. Relax. Think of your happiest memory. All right. That's cool. All right. This is gonna be pretty quiet because I need to concentrate. This is terrifying. Okay.
And this is actually the Forbidden Forest on campus. Is where this graphic is taking place. It's kind of cool.
Cool. Yeah, you guys are learning a lot about me. Oh boy. Optimistic. Let's go. Oh, this is so nutty. Okay.
Yo.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
I saw something. Oh, jeez. Okay.
You're almost there.
Oh. Free. I want to be free. Oh, boy.
It's coming.
Oh, gosh.
What's it going to be?
It's probably a fat guy, for all I know.
No.
This is so cool.
And Griffin's Patronus is...
Click, drag, and release for your Patronus. All right, here we go.
A Basset Hound.
What?
Are you disappointed?
Are you kidding?
If it makes you feel any better, my Patronus is a gray squirrel.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sort of makes you feel better.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? My name is Griffdawg.
Yup.
After all.
Griffdawg. His Patronus is a dog. It only makes sense.
All right. No, I appreciate it. That's actually super cool. So.
I mean, I feel like for you, hearing your reactions, the quiz is more interesting than the result.
All right. Well, here, to change my mind here, I'm going to go ahead and answer a couple more questions. So, ironically, another question is from Smokey the Retriever, another dog. What is up? So, he asked, Do I like the 2018 NASCAR Camaro? Yes, the design of it is very sleek. It's very good looking. Yeah, I'll show you a picture of it after this
Awesome.
show.
I know what a regular Camaro looks like,
Yeah.
but I don't know what the specific Camaro looks like.
All right, absolutely. So, YoshiFan961 asks, what track will Chase Elliott finally get his first Cup win? Hopefully tomorrow. And hopefully Chase Elliott get his first win there. Otherwise, Michigan later in June. CRT Network will ask, when will the 10 Winners Challenge return? That's not been on my mind. I've been working on other things in the back. What do you want to call it? Not the back room. What's it called?
In the break room?
Not the break room, where it's like behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. So, but not the 10 Winners Challenge, just because it could potentially come down the road. But right now, in terms of everything else going on, that's kind of shoved aside for now. So, and then the last question I'll ask is from Bunta Fujiwara. And he has a lot more text here, but he asked simply, do I think NASCAR died when Dale Earnhardt died? So short answer to that is no. And then here's my reasoning why. And from a technical standpoint, NASCAR was still growing up until 2006. So I don't think NASCAR was still pretty popular once or after he passed away. I can understand, like, because Dale Earnhardt was such a unique mind and soul that he gave to NASCAR, and it's really hard to replicate that. But the thing is, what makes NASCAR so great is just how diverse, just car diversity and then personality diversity. I mean, there's some people diversity, like there's one African-American driver and there's one Latino driver as well. But I'm talking more just personalities, who people are, like Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, and Joey Logano all have different personalities. So I will admit it's not at the height that it was back then, but I don't believe NASCAR is dying. We just need the right people to back NASCAR up, and then I think NASCAR can move into the right direction. From Jonathan M., he asks, do I think DEI would still be a team if Dale was still alive? I think so, and I would say two drivers that would probably still be driving for him now. One would be Dale Earnhardt Jr., because I don't think he would retire from NASCAR. And then the second driver, I could see Chase Elliott, honestly, being with DEI as well. Being like number 8 and maybe a number 9 DEI car or something like that. So, okay. So now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and let's figure out what my wand is going to be. So while I get into this, what is some background behind like the wand? Like, I guess necessarily like what makes a wand so unique? Yeah.
Sure. So wands are basically categorized into the wood that they are made from, the length that they are, and then the core that they have. So wands can be made from any kind of wood that you could imagine: birch wood, oak wood, walnut, any kind of wood. The length, and it's been discussed and argued many times that length has to do with the character of the wizard using the wand. It's not based on height or weight or anything like that. It's based on character. So the better character that you have, the longer or shorter that your wand is going to be. So,
all right.
And then wand cores, there are 3 specific wand cores. There's unicorn hair, phoenix feather, and dragon heartstring. And I'm not really sure what the wand core has to do with anything, but I also think that it may have to do with the character of the wizard. Most good wizards I have found, and this isn't necessarily true, but most good wizards I've found have either unicorn hair or phoenix feather in their wands. Most bad wizards or evil wizards have dragon heartstring.
But Harry and Voldemort both have
Phoenix feather.
Right.
Exactly. That's why I said this is not a definitive thing. Some dark wizards may have other cores or other different kind of length, but for the most part, it has been found.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now let's get into this. So, to ensure we find the perfect wand for you, it's very important that you answer the following questions. Honestly, first of all, would you describe myself as average height, short, or tall? I'm tall. I'm 6'1".
You're
if you
tall.
guys are curious.
He's a tall guy.
Thank you. Or I don't know why I said that. All right. And my eyes, they are blue. I got blue eyes. Look into my eyes.
Blue eyes.
Or don't. It's okay. You don't have to. There you are. Was the day in which you were born on an even number? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It could be an odd. No, it's not. It's September 8th, if you guys are wondering.
It's an even number.
Thanks, Jacob. Do you most pride yourself on your kindness, optimism? Optimism is up there. I'd put that on there. Determination. Oh, I like determination because, I mean, this grind I'm doing, it's going to be about 9 months.
Yep.
So I'm going to put that as my highest. Resilience. I hate to say it. I don't know the definition of that word.
Resilience is essentially, I would need to look it up too, honestly.
All right. I'll look at the other words then.
Okay.
Imagination. Oh, dang it.
I know.
Yeah, imagination. I would probably put that as my top. Intelligence is up there. Originality too. It's between originality.
Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties.
That's not there.
Yeah.
But, dang it. Imagination and originality.
Or determination.
Dang it, Jacob. Why? All right. I'm going to go for originality. No. Imagination. Imagination. Just so you know, I'm going to edit it, and there's going to be a legit rainbow right there.
I'm so excited.
Okay. Traveling alone down a deserted road, you reach a crossroads. Do I continue left towards the sea, ahead towards the forest, right towards the castle? And I would say left towards the sea because I think just the sound of the ocean is calming and it helps me think.
And also, I see you as the type of guy that doesn't really want to go into a forest where there's probably danger and doesn't really want to go to a castle where there might be people. So the sea sounds perfect for you. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're learning more about yourself.
And so are you guys. What do I fear most? All right. There better be people. So fire, darkness, isolation. That's complete opposite. Small spaces. Height. Oh, that's a really interesting 5 choices.
See, what's funny is they didn't have my biggest fear on here, which
really?
Ironically is snakes. I hate snakes.
Okay.
Snakes are my biggest fear, but I'm a Slytherin.
Oh, that's so...
Don't know how that happened, but...
Thanks, Pottermore.
You
know what? I'm going to go with darkness. Even though I like isolation, I'm a huge seer. Like, I love visually seeing things. And so when I see nothing, it terrifies me. So
I think that's what I ended up going with as well, was darkness, because even though I'm deathly afraid of snakes, I hate walking around in my house at night when there are no lights on because I'm always afraid I'm going to run into something or something's going to pop out or jump out. It's an irrational fear, but it is a fear.
When I was little, I actually had like a nightmare, like a continuous nightmare where I was in a room and there's literally only one light and slowly it just burns out.
Yep.
Terrifies me because it's like once it goes out, nothing.
It's absolutely a terrifying thought.
So, darkness. In a chest of magical artifacts, which would I choose? Ornate mirror, dusty bottle, a golden key, a silver dagger, a bound scroll, a glittering jewel, or a black glove. So my immediate reaction would be the dagger just because it's a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I wish there's more background behind this. I mean, if there's like more like, if let's just say, for example, the bound scroll costs like $100,000 or it's worth $100,000, I'd probably pick that or something like that. So,
or the bound scroll has an ancient magical spell on it that you can learn, but you can't give it to anyone else.
You know, I keep forgetting this is wizard related.
Yeah.
And
the dusty bottle might contain a genie.
Oh, sure. Okay. And then a golden key can unlock to somewhere else.
It can unlock any door, probably.
Okay.
Ever. Who knows? Who knows what these magical artifacts have the power of? We don't, but you have to pick one.
Okay, I'll do the scroll. It'll be interesting to see like what spell or curse or whatever I can do.
Incantation you can do.
For sure. Oh, okay, wait. All right. Larch wood with a phoenix feather. 14.5 inches.
That is not a normal length, Griffin. That is a very long wand. That is a very long wand.
And a surprisingly swishy flexibility. Your wand has chosen you. Spread the word.
Interesting.
Wow. Phoenix feather, larch wood. Huh.
14 and a half inches.
That is a huge one.
You know, I don't know what mine was off the top of my head, but I'm going to look at it real quick.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and answer a couple more questions here while you look that up.
Okay.
David Hutchins asks, what is my favorite small team in both Xfinity and Cup? Mine are Ryan Sieg and Matt DiBenedetto, respectively. Not mine, but like what David said. So for me on the Xfinity side, I would say Jeremy Clemens, because his sponsor, RepairableVehicles.com, is actually from South Dakota area, in a town just south of me called Harrisburg. So I would definitely support them in the Xfinity Series. And then on the Cup side, Starcom Racing. So
shout out to Harrisburg. I went to high school there. Yeah.
So did you find the wand?
Finding it
Okay.
now.
Cool. All right.
Logging into my Pottermore account.
While you do that, I'll answer another question. Truck Driver 03 asks, will Larson make it past the round of 12, maybe the final 4? Yes. I believe Kyle Larson will make it to the final 4 this year. I said it last year, didn't happen, but I think Kyle Larson will redeem himself, and then we'll move on. You got your wand?
I do. So my wand is Laurelwood with a Phoenix Feather Core, 11 3/4 inches, and slightly yielding flexibility.
Interesting.
So yeah, your wand is surprisingly long. Mine is average.
Okay.
Actually, mine's a little bit longer than average, but his is way longer than average.
The internet's going to love joking about that. Ace Garcia asks, I heard you like to run. What were my times in high school? So yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but I was in track and field for both high school and college.
I did not know that.
Okay. So my specialty was sprints. I did the 1, the 2, and the 4.
Okay.
The 100, my best time was an 11.6. 200 was a 23.6. And then the 400, I ran a, 54.9.
Wow, nice, Griff.
Thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm done with track because I'm out of school. I wish I could get back into it, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm glad it happened, but at the same time, I got to move on. So
yeah. Well, and there's not really like an adult track team that you can do that's not a college-affiliated sport.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go for the Olympics, but let's face it.
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
All right. So 2 more here. T-Bane 6 fan 101 asks, when did I get NR 2003? So the game that I do my simulations on is called NASCAR Racing 2003 season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I downloaded the game in 2012. And so that's when I first played with it. And then I learned about the different recording mechanisms, and that's how that came to be. And then last one, NASCAR Kumon Cup Series asks, if there was any current NASCAR driver you would want to be, who would it be and why? I would see Kyle Busch. I just want for one day just to be the bad guy, the rival or whatever, the guy that everyone hates, and just want to be in his shoes and kind of like, how would I take the hate and how would I respond to it? It'd be kind of interesting. So
interesting thought.
Yeah, just for one day. I don't want to be like him forever, but just, I don't know, as I said, walk in his shoes. So, all right. So now just to kind of, to end this, we're going to go ahead and figure out what Hogwarts house we're in, the big finale.
The moment you've all been waiting for.
Right. And then after we do that, I will give you guys just kind of an update of where I am at with the channel and life and everything else. All right?
Before we get into this, I have to say, Griffin is really hoping that he's in Gryffindor because it would be really cool and it would go along with his name really well.
It would really make sense.
It would. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Now we take the test and find out.
All right, here we go. Oh, sorting hat, here we go.
Ready for it?
No. All right, here we go. All right, moon or stars? You mentioned this. Like, there's just some really just far out there nutty questions.
There's some really vague questions that are just like, huh? Why is this coming out of left field?
Right.
But you just gotta pick.
Let me think. I'm gonna go out for the stars. Let's do it. If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose to take with you? Oh, good, lots of choices.
Yeah, there are a ton of choices. They're all different types of cats or different types of owls.
Shoot.
So,
all right. So what
you
do we
really
got
to have a pet in mind.
All right.
So do you like cats?
Yes. So let's just see what we got. Tabby cat, Siamese cat. All right. Ginger cat. All right. Black cat. Let's see. A white cat. Let's see. A tawny owl. Let's see what else we got here. We got screech owl, brown owl, snowy owls like Hedwig, barn owl, Common toad.
Like Neville's.
Right. Okay. Natterjack toad. I did not know what kind of toad Neville had. That's good to know. Dragon toad. Harley Quinn? That's not Harley Quinn. Is that
Harlequin toad, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what half of these toads are or what they look like, but I would never have a toad, so.
Three-toed tree toad. Say that 3 times.
Three-toed tree toad, three-toed tree toad, three-toed tree toad.
Good. Proud of you. Okay. Alright, so I mentioned before I am a cat person. I do like cats. But I think I'm gonna go down the owl route because
my choice.
I'd prefer to have an owl of my own. I kind of want to go down Harry's route
And pick a snowy owl, yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's gonna be a lot more beneficial. Theoretically, if Hogwarts were real in a hypothetical world, it would be more beneficial to bring an owl because then you actually have something to carry your post for you and you can send messages back and forth. Whereas with a cat, I love cats, but cats don't necessarily do that much.
Right.
You can cast spells on them, experiment on them with potions and stuff, but that's about it. With an owl, you have a messenger, and that's useful.
Yeah. A companion. That's what Hedwig was.
Exactly.
Alright. A troll has gone berserk in the headmaster's study at Hogwarts. It is about to smash, crush, and tear several irreplaceable items and treasures. In which order would I rescue these objects from the Trolls Club if I could? Alright, here we go. So, first, a nearly perfected cure for dragonpox. Then, a student records going back 1,000 years. Then, a mysterious handwritten book full of strange runes. Okay.
So it's just the same 3 things in different orders, and you have to pick which order you would save those things in if you could.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go with this one. So, mysterious hand, because I feel like the runes, like once they are like decoded, could be really useful.
Yep.
Then the perfect cure for dragonpox, because dragonpox kind of sucks.
Yep.
Kind of a big deal. And then the records, like it makes sense.
Student records are important, but when do you really actually check student records?
Right.
Only if you ever have a student that's like Tom Riddle.
Right. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Alright. You enter an enchanted garden. What would you be most curious to examine first? How do I get out of there? No, alright. The silver leaf tree bearing golden apples. Sure. The fat red toadstools that appear to be talking to each other.
Toadstools are types of mushrooms.
Oh. The bubbling pool in the depths of which something luminous is swirling. The statue of an old wizard with a strangely twinkling eye. And so I'd be doing this alone. Like, I'd be in this by myself. Alright. Let me think. I would honestly probably say the statue. And Twinkling Eye, I would almost want to believe it's alive.
Could be.
It could be, but at the same time, I also feel like it might be the most innocent.
The Twinkling Eye could also be a gem. Very valuable gem.
That's a good call, but I guess, I don't know, just from my perspective, I guess I don't really care about that, because then, like, I'm going into this, Silver Leaf Tree.
The golden apples.
I just feel like that's so much greed.
But I mean, I think your thoughts on the statue are a lot more innocent, and I think that it would definitely be an interesting thing to explore.
Alright, let's do that. Oh man, there's so many choices.
Yep.
Which of the following would you most like to study? Alright, so what do we got? Centaurs. Don't really care about those. Goblins. Goblins are great, but
goblins are interesting too, especially because of the goblin-made artifacts that they have, like the Sword of Godric Gryffindor.
Sure, no, that makes sense. Merpeople.
I love mermaids.
Ghosts. Let's see. Are they all okay? They're all living things. Okay. Vampires, werewolves, and trolls. Okay.
Which sounds most interesting.
Right. See, if they would have like potions, like that would be kind of.
Well, those are classes. These are just magical creatures that they're asking you which one you would be most interested in studying.
Right.
I think a class question comes in this quiz, but I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. No, that's fair. Well, you know what? If I knew it was going to be that way, I would probably say centaurs just because of how unique they are. Because it's like the top half, they're like human, but then the bottom half, they have like the course.
Yep.
Bottom.
Centaurs are very interesting creatures as well. They're very fascinated with astrology.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting.
The other world or whatever. Sure. Okay. So, after I have died, what would you most like people to do when they hear my name? Cry. Sorry. Miss you, but smile. Ask for more stories about my adventures. Think with admiration of my achievements. I don't care what people think of me after I'm dead. It's what they think of me while I'm alive that counts. I disagree with this one.
Yeah, I disagree with that too.
Yeah, I mean, even though, right, I'm not going to be around, it's still nice to know, like, what's up.
Yeah.
So, I would honestly probably have to say this, just because, like, I've done a lot of work, I'm going to do more work, and so...
You want people to admire your work.
Right, and just how much I've worked at what I've done, so I would definitely say that. Alright, a muggle confronts me and says that they are sure I am a witch or a wizard. Do I ask what makes them think so? Agree and ask whether they'd like a free sample of a cheese. Agree and walk away, leaving them to wonder whether I am bluffing. Tell them that you are worried about their mental health and offer to call a doctor. See, I'm innocent. Like, and also another thing too, I suck at lying.
Yeah, I'm a bad liar too.
Yeah.
I can't lie to save my life.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would almost I would start a lie, and then I would hesitate, and I'll be like, I'll say the truth, and then end up screwing myself over.
Yep. I think the second answer is more cheeky, and I feel like that's you. Agree and
I don't think so. I'd rather just say yeah, and then just go away, because I just want to get out of the conversation as soon as possible.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Black or white? Black or white? Black or
Why
white?
gotta be black though?
You know, that does not surprise me.
That doesn't surprise me either.
A Ravenclaw, huh? That sucks. I mean, it's great and all, but like, because Gryffindor, but you know what?
But Griffin, you are an intellectual.
Thank you.
When you think about it, you are an intellectual.
So I'm a Ravenclaw, huh? All right.
Surprised?
A little bit.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, so besides Gryffindor, the one I was kind of leaning toward or thinking I'd be in was Hufflepuff. Because there's the whole, like, other thing.
Yeah, but you're not really an other. You're a very smart individual.
Interesting. So just a quick review. So in Ilvermorny, is that how you say it?
Ilvermorny, yeah.
Ilvermorny.
Ilvermorny.
So I'd be in the Thunderbird house.
Mm-hmm.
My wand is a larch wood with a phoenix feather core, 14.5 inches, and surprisingly swishy. That word is so weird. Surprisingly swishy. I love how it's surprisingly, as I'm like, what?
Like, you could probably bend it a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So when they try to execute my wand, they'll like try to snap and be like, why does it break? Right.
Yup.
All right. And then my Patronus is a Basset Hound. I'll accept it because Griffdawg. So that's cool. And
you could call your Patronus Griffdawg, or you could call him Base Dog.
I like Griffdawg better.
Yeah, call him Griffdawg.
And then my Hogwarts house is a Ravenclaw. So, all right. So that should do it. But before we go, I just want to give you guys kind of an update of where I'm at. So this is March 17th is when I'm recording this. I'll probably have this out sometime in the middle of the week. So as you guys know, I'm still doing the grind. And I know one of the questions asked kind of like, how has the grind been going? And here, let me just see if I can find that specific question. Because he talked specifically about the grind. And first of all, one thing I do want to mention is like I hope you guys know that I don't want to be in this grind. Like, I hope you guys know that I want to do video making and working on these different projects like all the time. Like, I want to do that. Financially, I just can't now. So the plan is for right now, as I'm looking for here, if you do me a favor, just scroll. If you find the word grind, just let me know. So the thing is, I want to make sure that when I go all out with Griffdawg Productions, I want to make sure that it is like 100% like quality good, and I'm not like pressured in any direction. And I want to make sure that all of my intentions are clear and precise. I can't do it now because since I'm working 50 hours a week, I can't necessarily have the time, or I can't like mentally like have that. You found it? Okay, so yeah, so Ian White was the one who asked, what is the status of my grind and is it affecting my videos? Short answer, yes, it is, because my focus is more on work so that I can financially be more stable, so that when I'm ready to go all out, then I do have that financial backing, because like I do want to do Twitch streams and I do want to have like fundraisers to help me out, but I need a backup just in case it doesn't work out. So it kind of sucks not being in the loop and not being as active, because actually last year, like 1 year ago today, I actually had a show on my YouTube channel called Griffdawg.
Oh.
And every week I would have like a 20-minute discussion. I'll show you maybe 1 or 2 of the videos afterward. And I was a lot more active back then. But at the same time, I did not have all the tools that I need to progress appropriately.
And in order to get those tools, you need monetary funds, and in order to get monetary funds, you need to have a grind.
Right, and I need to work. But here's my other thing too. Where I work right now is really nice because I'm able to listen to audiobooks and podcasts at work, and it's through those I am learning a lot about myself, and also learning to be an entrepreneur too. Learning how to kind of like work for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And especially because one of my upsides of being an INFJ is being
Reliant.
Self-reliant, thank you. Yes, I need you in my life. So, yeah, no, I absolutely need, or I can do that, but it's just I need someone to fall back on if what my goals are like aren't met. So hopefully that answers some of your guys' questions. Thank you so much for this longer video. Hope if you guys have made it here, I greatly appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for 3K subscribers. Jacob, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Griff.
Absolutely. Maybe we can have a conversation more in depth about like Myers-Briggs or whatever.
I would love to.
Awesome. All right. Well, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I totally forgot how do I end these videos. But yeah, no, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.